Drones and loiter munitions are fast becoming the most lethal threats on the modern battlefield. And now, the Indian Army has decided to act, protecting its frontline battle tanks with a new Counter Unmanned Aircraft Systems, or the C-UAS. The Army plans to procure an initial lot of 75 Counter Unmanned Aircraft Systems, specially designed to be mounted on T-72 and T-90 tanks. The project is expected to be rolled out in the next 36 months. According to the request for information issued by the Ministry of Defence, quote, "The current conflicts show that anti-tank threat is not limited to the frontal arc. With the rapid proliferation of unmanned aircraft systems, the danger is now omnidirectional." Unquote.
India's tank doctrine rests on three pillars: lethality, mobility, and survivability. But with limited scope for adding more armor protection, the Army believes a platform-based C-UAS is the way forward.
There are three pillars of tank doctrine, that is lethality, survivability, and mobility. So you change one and others are impacted. For example, if we have to talk about mobility, if you have to enhance mobility, you'll have to reduce the caliber of the gun of the tank and reduce the armor. So moment you do that, you will impact its lethality. It will be less lethal, and of course survivability, because in the battlefield, if you have got less armor, this survival also comes in stake. When we have introduced counter aerial system measures in a tank, then you don't have to change all the three parameters that have been brought out on this video wall. You can, without any modification to the original design of the tank, without disturbing these three parameters of a tank, you can carry out the modern warfare with the help of drones and the Counter UAS systems.
The Army currently fields about 1,650 T-90 tanks with another 460 on order, alongside over 2,400 T-72 tanks. These Russian origin machines are heavily armored and can carry explosive reactive armor panels to defeat rockets and anti-tank missiles. But against swarm drones, FPV drones, and kamikaze munition, armor alone is not enough.
You can see there is a tank right in the center. These tanks were originally designed for protection in frontal 60-degree arc. Subsequently, as threats changed, the battlefield changed, this arc enhanced to 120 degrees. And thereafter, now it is all around. So you have got protection all around the tank. The most vulnerable part of the tank, however, continues to remain the turret and the top of the engine. So now drones come into action. Drones are a major threat that we have seen in the Ukraine war. To counter these drones, there have been COP cages and various other measures. But what India is incorporating is an active defense from the drones. So they are employing and they are deploying basically counter unmanned aerial systems on the tank.
The proposed C-UAS will detect hostile flying objects through active, passive, or hybrid sensors and then neutralize them through soft kill measures such as electronic jamming and hard kill measures using anti-tank, anti-aircraft machine gun. Importantly, these systems will have to perform across India's varied terrain, deserts, plains, and high-altitude regions under all-weather day-night conditions. They must also remain lightweight, modular, and safe for tank crew without disrupting current fitments. The Ministry of Defence has opened the project under Make in India initiative, inviting both public and private sector players to develop and supply these systems.
So as the battle space evolves, India's steel beasts, the T-72s and T-90s, are set to get a digital shield in form of Counter UAS, a step that could prove decisive in keeping India's armored first survival in the drone age.